Okay, class is back. There is tension in the transition. There's tension in any transition going from point A to point B, but in the middle, there's this whole little gray area, and that is where all the tension is. So let me kick this off the right way and talk about myself a little bit. So I was in a stable 9-to-5, an executive position at a university, something that a lot of people would have fought for. I was working remote while people were going into their 9-to-5. I had my schedule pretty much set. I had my benefits. I had my salary. I had my 401k, everything that you could really hope for. And then I fell in love with teaching, which was adjunct. It's part-time, my hours outside of work. Now, I got an offer to teach a class at a different college in the middle of the day, and I couldn't take that offer because I had my 9-to-5. Or so I thought. This is where the scarcity mindset comes into play. So basically, I turned down something because I didn't want to give up the stability, the comfort zone. I turned down the thriving zone. So what happens is I end up, saving my money, and I turned down that class, but I kept in good contact with that dean. And then the same situation appeared again. And this time, my corporate position was kind of pushing me to make a decision. Hey, you can't do both. You can't do both. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm out. So I leave that position. I jump straight into teaching. I hit up maybe every dean I'd ever come in contact with or met. And I said, I'm available. I have this availability. I can teach these classes. I will do what it takes to get to this next part from A to B. But here's the thing. There has been so much tension in between this, man. So you gotta wait for these responses, wait for students to enroll in these classes, wait for the timelines to match up. Then you get the class, you get the, hey, we're gonna have you do this. And then you gotta make sure the right amount of people stay for it to actually stick and work out. So what I'm saying is this is like any change you go through in life. When you're trying to better yourself or you're trying to improve, you're going from I'm trying to get in the gym and get in shape, and everyone looks at the before after. Nobody looks at like all those times you showed up in the gym and you did not want to, and everything in your body was like, just sit in the house, watch TV, the couch becomes more comfortable, the food looks tastier when you see the Krispy Kreme, all that good stuff, right? This is where the tension is, and this is always going to happen. Anytime a plane is about to take off, it gets resistance before it can finally ascend. So what happens in life is anytime we're going from one point to the next, we get hit with all of the stuff. All of the things hit us and just get in the way. And this is probably one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn. And I was like, man, if ever I could, I guess sometimes what you want is you want to get to this point where your future self can talk to your current self. And your future self is probably going to tell you like, hey, it's going to be okay. You're in the in-between. No one likes being in limbo. You're waiting for something to happen. And you're like, man, I don't want to mess this up. I want this to work out. But there is all this resistance just pushing back against what I'm trying to do. And I really want to tell people this is to be expected. And once you figure that out mentally, you're not shaken. You go into stoicism. You go into this zone of like, all right, it's going to work out. I'm in the in-between, right? I'm hitting the tension, but I'm not letting it destroy me. I'm not letting the anxiety build up and go crazy. So per usual, I hope it helps. This was a quick little class, and this was one where it was just on my mind, and leaving comfort and going after your calling, right? I was in a position where I was comfortable, but I knew what my calling was. I knew I wanted to teach, but no one ever tells you about this little in-between where you're like, wait a minute. So I got the job. When do I actually start the contract? Right? I got the gym membership and I got the meal prep. When am I going to see my abs? When does this happen? What is it? Then when does this all kick in? Right? And so the main key point is in your mind, it's already coming to me. Let me just stay level-headed right now. So I hope that helps.